Welcome back to our April edition. Joining me next is Gary Van Bakel. He's the broker of record from Sutton Real Estate. Gary, thanks very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Peter.
Tell us about your journey in real estate and how it brought you to being the broker of record for Sutton.
Yeah, it seems short and long all at the same time. When I finished school, I was working kind of in the automotive world, in supply chain, logistics analyst, and obviously young at the time, getting married. My wife was looking at doing her master's, and so as I was heading towards kind of Mississauga way, she was heading London way to do work, and I kind of made a bit of a career change at that point. So my mother-in-law, Susan Mullen-Hughes, who'd been selling real estate for quite some time. I came back and got into the business with her, and we obviously did that with the Remax team for quite some time, and worked there with John for about 12 years. And then opportunity came up on the Sutton side. I'd always felt like I wanted to get into the broker record manager side or ownership side of the business. I enjoyed that along with the sales that I do. That opportunity came up through Paul and Kim Graham, who are running a really great brokerage with Sutton Group, and it presented itself, and we had a lot of similarities that would fit, and a lot of things that we liked, and that came to fruition. So I've been doing real estate for about 20 years, and the last seven or so with the Sutton Group, and probably the last 4 to 5 in the ownership side.
Lovely. So, what's the Sutton difference? What makes them different than, in general terms? Why are they outstanding in their field, so to speak?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. Like traditionally, I would describe it as you always had your big brands and your big players in the industry, and then you had your independents in the industry. And we fell right in the middle. We were a Canadian company, came out with technology from the beginning, but we always looked at real estate as being very localized, so very much driven in your market. So you couldn't really compare, what they're doing in Toronto or BC to what they're doing in Stratford or here in Perth counties. That was really something that we latched onto. We could run our business our way with the support of them behind that. Since then, it's evolved quite significantly. We've got a new owner of the brand, very tech driven. He's actually originally from London, came out of the States, doing quite a bit of IT work there and in real estate. And he's bringing kind of a new program to Sutton, which is a lot to do with wealth management, and not just like transaction based for clients, where you would typically be like, okay, we sold your house, now we're on to the next one. We sold your house, and you try and retain clients and do that. We're looking actually to build a bigger relationship with clients. I mean, most of us realize that a lot of our net worth and a lot of our retirement is caught up in our real estate and the equity that we own. You'd like to know everything about your house, when, the current value of it and how to get access to that. So we're looking at it more like you would look at your investments, where you can log on, you can contact your realtor, be like, can I get an update on my property? Can I look at these improvements? Things that just aren't quite available in the market today. So we're going to move that from not just the transactional base, but maybe into, I wouldn't call it wealth management, but something of the sort, that we could be real estate managers, just on a more relationship level with our customers. So something we're really looking forward to in the future.
I gotta say, it's really cool. Real estate manager is well put. Okay, what are some trends you see in Huron, Perth County, and Stratford coming up?
Yeah, I'd love to see a trend right now, to tell you the truth. I'd love to see a trend of sales that would be going in one direction. We see the spring upon us, the good weather. I think people's attitudes change a little bit. So that's a trend where we might go back to our traditional trends. We call them spring and fall markets. When we had obviously, we'll call it the COVID time. Obviously, we don't like to refer to that time, but in the COVID time, real estate did very well. It was a security. It was a security opportunity for people to invest their money in that. Since then, we've seen a bit of a downturn in it, transaction-wise and value-wise. Not significant, but enough. So we just see ourselves maybe going back to those traditional markets. The trend I'd love to see is a little stabilization with our interest rates. Give people that security that they can invest in real estate. They know what their payments are going to be, not just maybe on real estate, but it could be everything. Their lines of credit, maybe car purchases, anything like that. A little bit of stability would be a trend that I'd like to see to give some consumer confidence back. From the type of builds and stuff we're seeing outside of that consumer confidence side, we're seeing a lot of density. So you're probably driving around Stratford, even Mitchell, St. Mary's, a lot of our towns where you're going to see a lot more density, stacked townhouses, semi-detached, condo building. A lot of that's driven through the developer and through the counties with their planning. But you'll see a lot of that 50 by 125 lot disappear in the future as they look for the densities to be put in place, and then you'll see a lot of conversions take place, a lot of condo conversions, repurposing of buildings. I think it's exciting for us, and I think it's different for us, which I think people are gravitating to too.
Well, Gary, thank you very much for joining me and best wishes for spring and summer sales.
Thanks, Peter. I appreciate the time.
I'm Peter Barage, your host of What's Up Stratford. Thank you for joining and make it a great day.